Welcome to Teachings from the Masters with Daryl Shaun Price.
Hello, welcome. I'm so glad you're here today. I want to talk to you about a concept of being a seeker. And this concept exists in many different religions and cultures and traditions and philosophies throughout all of history. The idea that whatever you seek, you will find. As a man thinketh, so he is. Or some other famous verses from the Bible: seek and ye shall find, knock and it shall be opened unto you. And I want to get into the philosophy behind what it means to be a seeker and how to find exactly what you're seeking. And this goes to the heart of what manifestation is, of what it means to create miracles in your life. And I will tell you right now, you are experiencing what you have sought. You have been a seeker. And I know immediately your mind is going to go to the concept of, well, I haven't gone out and looked for all these problems. Well, no, the seeker does not go out. The seeker goes within. And this is where I think this concept gets really misunderstood. When you seek, it means you are choosing. You are choosing what experiences you want to have. You are seeking. You are saying the conditions that I would like to experience will be this: poverty, wealth, health, sickness, happiness, sadness. And I know you're going to say, well, I don't want to seek sadness and poverty, but it just happens. Does it? See, here's where living in alignment comes back into play. And let's talk about different parts of you for just a second and have a reminder of what that is. And then we're going to get into how to really become a seeker that finds exactly what they want every time. So your spirit is the energy of creation. It is the energy that is referred to in Taoism as the Tao. It is the energy, the Dharma, that's referred to in Buddhism. It is the spirit that is referred to in Christianity, and so many other names throughout so many other traditions. But that energy of creation is your spirit, exists in all things, and is always vibrating at what is the highest vibration possible. So why don't you experience the happiest things possible? Because you, as a seeker, are taking this infinite, limitless energy and turning it to experiences. You are seeking to experience something. That's what you are as a seeker. You already have limitless potential. You are limitless. You are eternal. You have everything already created. Here's one concept I think we get into that really limits us as humans. We have this idea that we got to go out and create our success. We got to go out and create something to happen. We've got to go out and make things happen. Creation's already done. You're just choosing through which filters you want to experience it. This is why that concept of seek and ye shall find, knock and it shall be opened unto you is true, because it's all already created. You just choose which door to walk in. I want you to think of the phrase, I am. I am. That's really the truth of who you are. You are I am. You are a being. You will be no matter what. If you're wealthy, you still are. If you're poor, you still are. If you're happy, you still are. If you're sad, you still are. If you're healthy, you still are. If you're sick, you still are. You exist no matter what. That being that exists outside of all circumstances, all conditions that you are now experiencing, is who you are. And in fact, if you really want to dig deep, that eternal being even goes beyond the idea of being and not being, which no, you can't really comprehend logically. you can get inklings of it, of feeling like, hey, there's this eternal that goes beyond even the labels of is and is not. And you can feel it, even if you can't understand it. But you're not meant to understand it. It's okay. So this I am is choosing what to create in experiences, is choosing what to create in the conditions you're living in now. And that choosing is done through your mind. Now, the I am that exists no matter what conditions you're in, that eternal being that is you at your core, that spirit, that energy of creation, that creator, that God within you is limitless. And because it's limitless, that means everything has already been created. There are no limits. Anything you want to experience has already been created. How do you seek? You seek by getting into alignment with that part of you, that spirit, that eternal being that always exists and is always vibrating at what is the happiest life right now. Now, a lot of people I work with, they'll start this process and they'll get there and they'll start to really imagine and just get into alignment with that piece of them for a moment. And then they'll turn right around and look at the outside reflection in the outside world. And where is it? And where is it? I got to find it. I imagined having $1 million. Where's my $1 million? That's not seeking. That's giving you a little bit of a glimpse of what you could experience, but then you run around out here trying to find it. And I know you're saying, well, what's the point then? If I just imagine it and never have it, then I'm not actually experiencing it. Because your imagination isn't where it ends. When you are seeking, yes, you're using your imagination. You're going to use your imagination to imagine whatever condition you would like to experience, whatever experience you would like to have in life. Imagine it, feel it. You seek internally, not externally. And once you've felt it, it now becomes real. It now starts to take form. That's where the mind starts to plant seeds in the subconscious. The subconscious sends out those energy waves that attracts the right matter, materials, and things shifting around you situationally that you can experience that condition. But the seeking is always internal only. You know, there's a very famous passage from the Tao Te Ching that says, those who know do not speak. Those who speak do not know. And if you dig deep in that, it really means that if you really know, for example, I am choosing to be wealthy. We'll take that as an example. I am financially free. I am abundant. And you feel that, and it is so real within you, you don't have to speak, or you don't have to go search on the external, like, okay, well, I'm going to be abundant and I'm going to do these affirmations until I see it appear, and I'm going to keep doing. No, because you already know. You have sought a condition. You have sought an experience so much that you know it and feel it is real. You have no need to go out and speak about it and search for it and find it in the external. You know, and it appears. And this takes a lot of faith. It really, really does. And this is where the lifestyle shift of living in alignment truly comes in. So let me kind of lay this out in a way that I hope will make a lot more logical sense. So your desires, all the desires you have, are just promptings from spirit. Energy goes to your mind. Your mind takes that energy, creates an idea, and says, oh, wealth. That's what we want. We want wealth. Because it feels like that energy in the way your mind interprets it. Okay. So that desire for wealth, when you stop and you imagine being wealthy and what it feels like and how freeing that is, that's basically like setting a destination on your spiritual GPS. I am wealthy. When you put in a destination in your GPS, let's say you're taking a road trip across the country, you're going to put in the destination. You don't put in the destination and then immediately look around and say, well, I'm not there yet. How come I'm not there yet? Where is it? Oh, I want to go to Oregon. I don't see Oregon. Where's Oregon? You don't do that because you know, okay, I put in the destination. I have no doubt I'm going to Oregon. So what happens is when you seek, you are setting the destination. I want to experience this. I want to go to this. I want to create this condition in my life to experience. Hey, I've set that destination in the GPS. Just like a GPS, then what do? You follow what turns the GPS tells you to take. I'm going to keep going. Oh, I'm supposed to turn right here. Let me turn right here. What happens if you don't turn right there? What happens if you decide not to? Well, that's okay. You're going to get rerouted and it might take longer to get there. You can take stops along the way. This is a lot of where your limiting beliefs come in. Because, yeah, there's things along the way. You're like, you know what? I'm really hungry, so I still want to stop here and do this. I'd really like to do that. I really feel like I need to stop and visit this person, whatever it is. Sure, it will take longer. But you've already created that condition for you to experience it. Your spirit's leading you there on the easiest path possible, like a GPS would on a trip. If you follow the inspired action by following the peace, because you already know it's created, it happens faster and faster and faster. Really, when it comes to being a seeker, it is this. You are eternal. You are infinite. You will always be, no matter what. That is without a doubt, 100% true. What you experience, you get to choose. And you choose that by imagining and feeling. What you imagine and feel the most is what you will create to experience. So the seeking, you going internal and imagining what you want most and staying in that feeling most often. Now you're on that GPS. Now you're on that simple road, and that experience is coming at the end of that journey that you've just started. So you keep feeling, yay, I'm going to go to Oregon. I'm going to experience Oregon. It's going to be so beautiful. You keep in that feeling. And if, just like on a road trip, you're really in the feeling of, man, experiencing that is going to be so amazing, and I already feel like I'm there, a lot less likely you're going to get distracted and take detours along the way. Or if you do, it's because it just feels inspired. This is the same way with you in anything you want in life. You are a powerful creator. You have everything you could ever desire already created. You, as the seeker, go inward to find what the things are you want to experience most. And a lot of times that'll surprise you. And if you are not living in alignment, if you are living in so much reaction to the outside world, it is really, really, really hard to seek internally. But it's simple to switch. It's shifting your attention. Okay, the outside world looks like this. I'm aware of it. I am mindful of it. But I stay mindful in the present moment only and only observe exactly what's happening and don't let my imagination seek in the external. Turn it back internal and say, this is what we are. I am wealthy, for example, versus, oh, I am struggling with these bills. And that's really what happens. A lot of the time, and I'm sure this has happened to you, it's happened to every person I've ever worked with and tried to help get out of this mindset and back into becoming a true seeker and creator of their life. But it's so easy to fall back into because the senses tell us something is right there, imagination attached to the thing that we're observing, versus attaching that power of our imagination and power to create to the thing we observe internally. Yeah, there's some delusion involved here from an outside perspective. There's some of you really living in the feeling of something that other people are going to say, well, that's not real because ... That's okay. Let them. So let me really bring this back home. You are living in alignment. That means you are focused internally on spirit, heart, mind, being in sync no matter what. Oh no, something bad happened. Okay, I'm going to focus on spirit, heart, mind, being in sync and feeling peace. Oh no, something good happened. Okay, I'm going to focus on spirit, heart, mind, being in sync and feeling peace. Because I live in alignment. This is the way I live. I trust my spirit to guide me. And for me to do that, I have to strengthen that connection and focus my attention on the connection between spirit, heart, and mind. If I don't, there's going to be a lot of noise I got to work through to hear those omens, to hear the direction from spirit that says, go this way. But just like a GPS, let's say you don't follow the directions. Let's say you're heading west to Oregon, but you keep going east. Okay, reroute, 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 reroute. It will keep going until you get back on track. It's never too late. You cannot have created so much noise that you will never hear your spirit again. But the moment you get back on track and start listening, it becomes easier and easier and easier to listen. And I talked about this in a previous episode, but I want to reemphasize this point. You're doing one of two things in everything in life. Every moment, every step you take, every choice, you are either listening or you are struggling. If you don't listen to the GPS and, oh no, you took a wrong turn and now where are you? And it says, okay, well, redirecting, you need to make a U-turn. Well, now you're struggling to say, well, let me get back on and where am I? Even though there's direction there, you're still struggling because you're now pointed the wrong direction. And we've all had those experiences. I have it a lot. I have no sense of direction. And if I don't listen to my GPS, I will end up who knows where and go, okay, I got to struggle a little bit to get back because I didn't listen. But it's the same way with your spirit. It really is. So you as a seeker get to choose any condition, any experience you want. And whatever you seek, you will find. This seeking is only done internal. It isn't you running out there trying to bootstrap, trying to work hard, trying to make this outside world change so you can get what you want. What that does is it leads to exhaustion. You know people in your life, and you may be one of them, who've worked so hard to change the world and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and forced and just ended up tired at the end of it all. And maybe they made a little difference from the belief they had. There's an easier, better way because you are the creator. You're not the victim of what has been created. So you as the creator, when you go internal and seek, it means you get to play with your desires. And there's some you're going to let go of. You're going to go in and say, oh, wow, I really want this, or I really want wealth, or I really want freedom, or I really want happy relationship, or I want a really strong body. And you're going to play with those desires and imagine them and how does it feel. And there's some of them you're going to say, hey, that was fun to play with. And that's not that important to me. I can let it go. That's a condition I could create because I'm limitless. That's an experience I could have because I can create anything I want. But I'm letting that one go. That's what it means to be a seeker. Choose what you want most. Doesn't matter what it is. Every desire you have, you are worthy of, or you wouldn't have it. So play with them. Go inside. Look at all the different doors you could open. Decide what you want and open that door. Now, one of the things that I know a lot of the people I work with have struggled with before they really get this concept is not really knowing what they want. And a lot of that is because they've been reacting to the noise outside so much that there's all these expectations of you have to be this, and being successful looks like this, and you have to look like this, and people have to approve of you this way, that they think they want that. But that's why it's important to live in alignment and practice that first. So let me lay this out very simply. Number one, you practice living in alignment. It means my attention is 100% focused on my spirit, heart, and mind being in sync. I am at peace no matter what. And if that's the only thing you ever do out of everything I ever teach, you will naturally create your happiest life. I promise you that. But you also get to play and do more if you choose. Number two, you do not react to the outside world at all. You follow the peace. An idea comes up that feels like peace, you follow it. Well, but this person won't like it. We don't care. We're following it. It feels like peace. I trust my spirit to guide me. I live in alignment. When something comes up that feels like peace, I follow it. As you do that, I promise you, the struggle gets less and less because you are training yourself to listen more and more. And you're either listening or you're struggling. Then number three, now you get to become that seeker, that whatever you seek, you will find. Any door you knock on will be open to you. So this is where it's not just passive miracles. This is where you say, I'm going to put anything I want after I am, and whatever that condition is, whatever that word is, I am wealthy, for example, I'm going to experience. And I seek it in my imagination. I imagine it, I feel it, I know it, it's real. I stay in that feeling. I don't give my emotional energy to the outside circumstances. And once that imagination becomes what you feel the most, you will be there. You will have that experience. You are such an amazing, powerful creator. You as a seeker will find whatever you seek. I want to talk about that concept for just a few minutes. Right now, you are experiencing whatever you have sought by imagining and feeling the most. So if you've been in a state of fear, I don't have enough, I need more money, I'm always struggling, that's what you've imagined and felt the most. Therefore, that's what you have internally sought the most. That's what you experience. You seek by imagination plus feeling. And whatever you imagine and feel the most is what you get to experience. That's the condition you create because you are that powerful a creator. And this is why it's so important to turn your attention away from the outside to the inside. When you really learn to master that, yes, now it becomes easier and easier each time. In fact, a lot of the desires you have right now are probably just breadcrumbs to help you understand how powerful a creator you are. And they may seem big and important right now. Man, if I only had another couple $1,000s. Okay, you can create that if you want. But in the grand scheme of things, a couple $1,000s isn't that important. But it may be to you right now because you're showing yourself how powerful a creator you really are. Also, I do want to make a comment about if you focus on, I don't want ... I get this a lot from people. Well, I don't know what I want, but I definitely know what I don't want. I don't want this conflict, and I don't want to keep living in a place where I'm scared, and I don't want to have toxic relationships. What you seek, you will find. So if you're seeking what you don't want because you're imagining the things that are bad and saying, I don't like this, the emotions associated with them, imagination plus emotion, is what you are creating. So now it's time. Time for you to go inside. Take some time. Get into alignment. Commit to following the peace. And you get to seek whatever you want to experience. So get in there and imagine. Get in there and feel it. Time for you, as the great seeker, to create your reality. If you need help, go check out DarylShaunPrice.com. The Power of You 2-week transformation will help you learn to live in alignment, follow the peace so that you can seek anything and create it easily. Make sure you're liking, subscribing, and sharing this podcast episode. Someone who you think would get a lot out of it. I'll see you next time.